Hey guys, me Dave. It's 6/8/2023. So I thought I'd give you an update on today. It was a busy day. Busy day of getting tortured, throwing up almost all day. Having dry heaves because there's nothing in my system. I haven't eaten in 2 days. Well, I did eat some pancakes this morning. They woke me up at 5 o'clock. Well, I didn't get any sleep last night. I've been up for 2 nights. But you're just laying there with your eyes shut, you know, and you're kind of they're playing manipulated thoughts in your mind. You're just kind of laying there. You're not sleeping. So I did that all night last night, 2 nights. So they made me get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I couldn't get to sleep and all that stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I should try to eat something. You know, I thought about going to Quick Trip and getting a cup of coffee and a sandwich and stuff, but I didn't do that. And then I thought, well, we had a few pancakes, frozen pancakes. So I had 3 frozen pancakes, and it was so early. I mean, it was like 9 o'clock. Well, by this time it was 9 o'clock, and I thought, well, I got to go get tabs for my truck. You know, so I'm gonna go try to do that and see if they make me throw up or whatever. So I went and got tabs. After I ate the pancakes, I went and got tabs. I took Max went to the bank, got the money, went to go get tabs, and then we stopped at the park on the way home. So Max could go potty and stuff. And then I got home, and by that time the pancakes must have dissolved or whatever. And they made me throw up. You know, they made me throw up everything when I got home. And so I was puking all over and stuff, and I had to clean that up and everything else. And I mean, it's a violent throw up, you guys. I mean, it's violent. I mean, it's a violent thing to watch. These guys almost choke you out and make you throw up everything. You know, it's a violent act. And so I threw up 2 or 3, 4 times today. So then I said, you know, I tried laying down, and I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. This guy ain't gonna stop. I gotta go. I have to go. I have to go to the hospital. So I did talk about this. I didn't go to the hospital. I did call the police. I called the police. 2 of them came in 2 separate cars. One I knew, he knew me. He'd do checks on me when I was getting tortured super hard. He would come and do checks on me and make sure I was okay. So I knew him, and he's like, God, he's like, do you remember me and all this stuff? I'm like, yeah, you look different. And I'm like, that was in 2016, you know? And he's like, was it that long ago? And all this stuff. And he was asking me if I was still wearing things on my head and all this stuff, because when he came, I had like copper in my baseball cap, and I was wearing copper bracelets. I mean, I was trying everything to shield from this stuff. I was being nailed back then, but it wasn't anything like this. This is different. So I was talking to those guys out there, and they're like, well, if you want to go, I'll take you, but they're not going to do anything. You know, they're not going to do anything. You're going to be down there for a couple hours, and they're going to cut you loose, and they're not going to do anything. So then I thought, well, they don't want me to go because they have to stop. They don't want me to go down there because then they have to stop torturing me. They know that. So they got to the cops. They're like, they talked me out of not going. So then we were out there visiting for a little bit, and they were asking me how I'm doing, and I talked about my truck and everything else, and we were out there visiting, but they did treat me mental. They treated me mental. They're like, are you diagnosed with anything? I'm like, yeah, I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia and delusional disorder. You know, just like every other TI, real TI, you know. And he's like, I talked about the weapons. I said, I'm being tortured. I really am. And the cop's like, oh, I know it's real for you. It's real for you. It's real. I know it is for you. It's a real thing. I'm like, no, these weapons exist. The diplomats got hit with these weapons. And they didn't really say anything. They're like, oh, I know it's real for you. You know, and then he's like, oh, I hear the same talk from other people with schizophrenia. You know, how do you get schizophrenia when you're 43 years old? I'm 50 now. You know, I have no history of mental illness. You know, um, so they treated me like a mental case. Didn't believe me. Didn't believe what I was saying. Like, oh, you need to go see somebody. Go talk. Do you have anybody to talk to about this and all this stuff because you're delusional and all this stuff? It's like, well, that's not the point. The point is that they're making me physically sick. I'm throwing up. I can't even drink water. I'm throwing up. Throwing water up. Throwing all my food up. I can't eat. They make me throw it up. I can't drink water. They make me throw up water. You know, I'm sitting here throwing up 5 times a day. And it's very painful. My ribs hurt. So then they're like, well, okay, well, they talked me out of going. So then I thought maybe it'll get better now because they came and all that stuff. I went in the house. They made me barf all over the place. So then the cops did say, well, if you need us again, give us a call back. Give us a call back if you need us again. So then I threw up again and I laid down. I mean, they're making my stomach upset, you guys, all day. So then I laid down for a while, put my headphones on, laid down for a while. And then I was laying there and I'm like, I gotta go to the hospital. I gotta go. I have to go. I have to go. They don't want me to go because they don't have to stop. That's why they don't want me to go. You know, I gotta go to the hospital. So then I called up 911 again. And I said, I just called here a little bit ago and I do need to go to that hospital because otherwise I'm going to get sick by not eating, getting dehydrated because they won't let me drink water, and not eating and all this stuff. I got to go to the hospital. I have to. Otherwise I'm going to get really sick. So then I'm sitting here waiting for the cop to come and take me down there. I was waiting 45 minutes. And then he called me. He's like, Dave, do you still need to go to the hospital? You still want me to take you to the hospital? And I said, well, no, you can cancel that because I was able to get into the doctor tomorrow morning. I'm going to see the doctor about this. I'm going to talk about this and see what they say. And maybe that'll stop. If it doesn't, I'll be going to the ER within the next couple days if they don't stop. They did stop for a while this afternoon, but they hit me from 7 to 8. And they were making me throw up dry heaves. Nothing came up because there's nothing in my system. You know, I was dry heaving. So that's what happened today. It was a busy day. You know, cops, you know, I called the cops and all this stuff. I could have drove down there myself. The only thing is, when you drive down there yourself, they're going to make you wait. They're going to make you wait. When the cop takes you, he pulls right into the garage and you get right in. That's why I have the cop take me. And they're like, do you want an ambulance? I'm like, no, I can't afford an ambulance. I can't afford it. We'll send a police officer there to come and get you and take you down there. You know, and they talked me out of it. They don't want me to go because then they'll have to stop. They'll have to stop. Just like with the heartburn. The heartburn. I ended up in the ER with the heartburn. And they found a real problem. You know? So they didn't like that. They were trying. They got to the ambulance drivers. They were trying not to get me to go, but I went. And they don't want me to go because they have to stop. They have to stop. Then they have to stop. And that's the game. In my program, anyway. So that's what happened today. So this is an update video, hospital, police, and all this stuff. So I'm going to see the nurse practitioner tomorrow. If this doesn't work, if she gives me medication I don't need but I'll take for upset stomach or whatever, I'll take it. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be going to the ER for sure because I can't do this. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to be dehydrated. I'm going to be starving, and I'm going to be so worn down, fatigued and everything else. I'll have to go to the hospital before I get really sick. This could kill me. I mean, are they trying to kill me? Are they trying to kill me? I don't know. But if you're not eating, you're not drinking, and all this stuff, you're going to end up getting really sick and fatigued and confused. And there can be all kinds of problems if you're not eating and sleeping, and sleep on top of it, you guys. If you're not sleeping on top of it, you're going to end up with big problems. And you're going to end up in the hospital anyway, really sick. So you got to go. You got to go. I have to go. If this doesn't work tomorrow, I'll have to go. I'll go this weekend or whatever with the next couple days. I'll have to go. I'll have to go. So anyway, that's my story for today, you guys. So I'm just sitting here. It's not bad now. My stomach is still a little upset, but it's not bad. I'm not throwing up and stuff and stuff. So I suppose I'll cut this off, you guys. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.